Tippy time, my damies, Topcat here, and welcome back to the channel. If you're anything like me, your vault is always at 500 or 500, and Destiny has given us 8 140 hand cannons, 5 of which are arc. So today we're going to be playing with the arc hand cannons so we can piss some of these off. First up we have Nation of Beasts, handling masterwork, full bore, accurized, outlaw, kill clip. This is obviously a very nice roll. This weapon can be acquired from the Last Wish raid. At the time, it was quite good, and it still is, you know. I do enjoy it, I like the sights. But with every introduction of a new 140 hand cannon, this thing has just seemed to slip further and further back. And just now is pretty much outclassed. The two things I don't really like about it is it does seem to have somewhat of a limited range in a lot of battles, and the sound is kind of weird. Next up we have Waking Vigil, Sure Shot, Ricochet Rounds, Killing Wind, Kill Clip. This is obviously a very nice roll for this gun. This Dreaming City weapon can be acquired from the Dreaming City, of course, or from engrams inside the helm, which is a very easy way to farm this thing out. This has been hugely popular since launch, and I would recommend getting one of these. It is still a favourite of mine. I found with it though, it does have a bit of bloom, and you want to try and get that sweet spot between stability and range for this thing to work effectively. So I found when I did have a full range stat, it just didn't seem to want to hit those follow-up shots. But with a little bit of stability, it kind of done it really nicely. We then have the Finite Impact, the Iron Banner hand cannon. This thing can drop with Source Energy, multi-kill clip, Killing Wind. I've got light mag and sure shot with a range masterwork. You're going to want range on these things, I find. They're odd class. If you don't have range on them, they feel next to useless in my opinion. It's the same deal with the Annual Skate. You kind of need that range masterwork with, you know, like a full bore, and then like a high cal ricochet or light mag, something that's going to give you range in that mag slot as well. I personally never really liked the sightline on these things, but a lot of people do and have a different opinion than I, but for me, not really a fan favorite. But if you do like the Annual Skate or this, you have one last Iron Banner to get it, because inside of Season 17 this thing will be getting taken out of the loot pool. So I believe it's like 3 weeks time will be your last chance to get it for quite some time. Hand cannons are also one of those classes that need to have that personal touch. Like, this gun is good, but personally I just don't really get that thrill when using it. And so I wouldn't really recommend it, but that's just down to a taste aspect. It is good, but just not for me. There is another gun that came out this season which I like, the Crisis Inverted, which most people are going to say is utter trash. Compulsive Loader, Adrenaline Junkie, Ricochet, Extended, and Range. Compulsive Loader is actually getting a buff inside of Season 17, and this thing will be really good there. I like the balancing of this thing. It just feels nice and comfortable. It hits those ranges really nicely. And if you can get over the weird sound it makes, it's actually a really good gun. The sound is so much of the aesthetic of a weapon, like a hand cannon, and it can be quite make or break. So I'm going to hold on to this. I do enjoy it, but it just doesn't have that same thrill of like putting nails in a coffin, much like the Cantata does. This thing feels like a proper hand cannon. Handling, small bore, accurized, rapid hit, rangefinder, this thing has it all. And although it is an energy hand cannon, it feels like a proper kinetic, like a Fatebringer or Luna. Of all the Arc 140 hand cannons, this is the one you want. Has great range, great dueling. If you do want an explosive thing, it does come with time payload as well, but the rapid hit rangefinder just feels oh so saucy. It's got nice sights, nice snappy kickback that returns to ADS really nicely. Versus a standard palindrome, this thing is just as good. Okay, I would still be taking a palindrome over this, as I have an adept version of it, but if you don't have an adept palindrome, I would say this is just as good as a regular palindrome. This weapon is world drop, so unfortunately it's just going to come down to RNG when you eventually get one. But upon finally getting my god roll, I am now going to piss off my Nation of Beasts. I'm also going to get rid of the Finite Impact. I'll be keeping a Waking Vigil, as it is still very fun to use, and Crisis Inverted, as I'm curious to see what it is like next season. Anyway guys, that is the video for today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope my opinion shed some light, and tippy tie till next time. What a tie. Bottom of everything, he's the most tip top.